Let me share my screen first. Thank you all for joining today. Hope you managed to go through the previous exercises we devised. So today we are going to put everything what we did to the cloud. And before that, just wanted to rehearse something. Power BI service is the heart of the entire Power BI ecosystem. We showed how we are connecting data and using Power BI desktop to model the data and to connect to various sources. And now we will discuss first of all how to publish already prepared data set to Power BI service, and how to utilize that published data set for creation of reports. And we'll show a proper way of handling data sets and reports in Power BI service. So let me get started. First of all, I opened one already prepared Power BI desktop file. You may find it under the files under the general tab on Power BI workshop channel, team channel. It's located right here, under day 4, and there is ePortal dev day 4 Power BI file. What's specific about this file is that we already have predefined model that's created and everything, and we want first of all to move it away from Power BI desktop and publish it to Power BI service. We have a couple of options of doing that, and I would like you to follow me through this exercise. I'll make small breaks of a couple of minutes just for you guys are able to catch up. We will open sample files and upload it there, and we will do the following. We just click publish. It will ask us if we want to save some changes that we made. We'll click yes. We'll save it. Some we want. I'll name it as day 4 right now. I'll save it. And if you are not logged to Power BI, it will ask you for your login credentials. We already did that in first exercise, and I believe each and every one of you created a Power BI trial account if it didn't have it. And you just use your credentials to log in, and you have an option to select a destination. My Workspace or so many other workspace. For this exercise, please choose My Workspace as a destination. My Workspace, just click select, and you may publish everything over there. I will wait for a couple of minutes for you just to publish the file on service. Let me go again through this exercise. You only need to open the Power BI desktop file that's attached over there. And click publish and select My Workspace as a destination. Okay, so what is this doing? It is publishing defined design model and everything related to service. And when I say everything, I say, okay, it will publish any report we created, it will publish this model in the background, and it will publish imported data to Power BI service. We need to wait a couple of minutes since it's a bigger file to go online. Okay, you should see a success message, and it will give you 2 links. You can go open the file in Power BI service or get some quick insights. Just heads up, the name of the Power BI file that we uploaded and published right now will be the name of the dataset currently located in the Power BI service. Okay, we can click this link, but I'll just click got it. I'll go to powerbi.com and I will do the following. I will open I will go to Workspaces and I will open My Workspace. Okay. I will go to Datasets and I can see that we have a dataset under this name located on the Power BI service. So what that means all the work we done offline on using Power BI application, we moved to the cloud. So why is this important? Because of the following. Before me going more deeply into Workspaces, I want to do the following. I want to open new Power BI desktop application. New. So just click on Power BI desktop, open new one. Skip the screen if it appears. And do the following. Get data. And next source I will choose, it will not be any database and everything, it will be Power BI dataset. So what I'm doing now, I'm choosing the Power BI dataset, which will point me to the every dataset available on Power BI service. We will choose ePortal Dev Day 4. That's located from Power BI. That's currently on Power BI service, and we will click Create. Let me go through that once again. We go to Get Data. We choose Power BI Dataset, and we choose ePortal Dev Day 4, and click Create. And wait 1 minute for you guys to do it. It's simple. Get data, Power BI dataset, and create. Okay, and here we go. As you can see, the Power BI file we published, we now got it to service. And as you can see, we are having a limited options right now. So on the left-hand side, under the report, you cannot see the modeling tab or view data tab or something like that. And above that, you can see that you can't get data, you can't import data anymore, and so on. Why is that? Because we did the following. When we uploaded our work, our data set we've been working on to Power BI service, Power BI service took ownership on that specific data. And by no ownership, I mean the following. It took all metadata that's created, now it will keep track about scheduling of refreshes and everything, and using our connecting to Power BI service this way, we can only create reports. That way, we will not interfere or have an ability to modify model. We will only be creating content based on this, and this is the proper way of working with Power BI for majority of users. So somebody created model, and another if there is some other guy who is creating reports or something like that, he only needs to connect to Power BI dataset that's on Power BI service, do the steps I've showed you right now, and he will get the data that way. So let's create some sample report that will only, let's say give us employees' names in Maestro. We'll just choose employee name. You can see that it's loading because now it's getting the data from Power BI service. All data we are currently using here is located on Power BI service. That way, I've created some sample report with only the names of employees in Maestro. And for me to publish this report back to Power BI service, I only go publish. You want save change? Yes. I will name this file as day 4 report. I will click save, and I will publish it to my workspace. Success. Got it. I'll wait for another minute for you guys to finish that. Create sample report, some sample table visualization or something like that for dataset, and just click publish to my workspace. Awesome. Let's go back to Power BI. I'm still on my workspace tab, and I'm choosing reports, and I'm clicking day 4 report. Click it here, and you can see my report that's uploaded. That way, content creators and report creators are not able to modify the data set and everything, which stay permanently, but they are able to create reports and analysis they require. This flow will be probably the most used flow there is. So I mean, that's the right way to do it, to do things. But if we want to edit the data set itself, the model itself, we have a couple options. We can save or share our original file that we uploaded to Power BI service, and we can modify that data set anytime we want, or we can go to the data sets here, choose 3 dots right here, and download Power BI file, modify the data set, and so on, and just republish it back again. When we are publishing, when we are doing publish this way, I'll choose download PBX. It takes some time. When we are doing that way, we can modify the data set. We will replace the current data set located here. But if we are using as a source to get data from Power BI dataset, we won't be able to do anything on the dataset itself. We can only create reports. So this will take a while. It's a bit bigger dataset right now, and let me walk you through Power BI service layout currently that's here. As you can see, we are having this is home window that will actually this home window that will open up frequent and favorites workspaces and reports that we are currently opened. This is just a bunch of reports that you are using the most in the last time. We have a favorites tab where we can add some favorite reports, data, dashboard, and so on. We have a recent tab where you can see what we opened recently. We have a application tab. We'll get to applications, and we have something shared with me that somebody from my organization shared with myself. But first of all, let's go to the workspace. What's a workspace? It is like a team group or project or something like that, and it is a set combination of reports, data sets, dashboards, and so on, specific to that particular workspace. That way, we can limit content we are sharing with our organization. In example, let me create a new workspace. I'll name it Power BI Workshop Day 4. I'll add some description. I'm having advanced options, and I can add users to my workspace. So, for an example, if in Mistral, if HP is creating its workspace, it may only contain users from HP, so they can be added this way by entering email address and so on. I won't enter right now anyone, and I only need to do is click save, and that's it. New workspace is created, and I can share everything under here with the users. It's a really simple but effective method of limiting content that we want to share with the other guys. So I will take this workspace for example. This we already created. It's called Power BI. It contains already defined data set from production data from ePortal, and contains one report. So let me open this report. As you can see, this is first thank of all Merciha for making this report, and we have something about Mistral by numbers report, where we have a basic number of active employees, employees by gender, by average age, and so on, and a couple of metrics that are related to that. And as you can see, I'm doing everything within the Power BI workspace. So datasets, workbooks, reports, dashboards, and so on. We don't have any of those at this moment. There's also one specific workspace that we can all use. It's My Workspace, where we have a personal content that we are creating. We can play with it, so we can do whatever we want. And I have a bunch of data sets right now, right here. So those are the workspace. Just set of content that includes dashboards, reports, workbook, and data sets limited to specific group of users. It's like I said, it's like a MS Team channel, nothing more. Even as you can see, since Power BI is really integrated with Microsoft, with the rest of the Microsoft tools, we can see that all our teams that we added right now can see all team channels are here represented as workspaces. So it's really neat feature for sharing content with the rest of the team members. We created one workspace, and let's go back to My Workspace again. we switch workspace by choosing workspace and choosing my workspace. Let's do the following exercise. Let's choose get data. Get data, and we have an option to get data from my organizations, from some online services, from some files, from some database, and this is a kind of where it gets confusing. Okay, if I can get data from online service, why do I need Power Desktop at all? Because that is probably because of direction that Microsoft is heading to with the Power BI tool itself. It is possible to do majority of things we did with with Power BI application. It's possible here, but there have some really limited functionalities. We can create report online as well. For actually, that's specific from users who are having Macs or MacBooks or some the other Apple devices. Since Power BI desktop application not supported, so they can create Power BI reports using Power BI service as well. For this showcase, we'll import content we are using. We can do following. We can import first. Let's go to get data on my workspace, get data, and choose samples, and pick one of the samples they are provided. And I'm choosing retail analysis sample. Let me go back, get data, samples, and retail analyze sample. And I'm saying, okay, connect. And what is it doing? I'm repeating the word content here. And when I say content, it imported dashboard. It imported a report, and it imported data set. You can see that everything is kind of related to everything. So it's when I say content, I don't mean only to data set, I don't mean only to report, I mean to content itself. So let me open retail analysis sample report. And as I can see, there is some report that's already predefined, pre-created, and I can do more work with that. Next thing, dashboards. We saw what are reports. We don't have any problem with that, but there are some item that's been called dashboard here. The best is to show to you. We go to create. We go, okay, create dashboard. We'll give it a name. We will name it Power BI Day 4. We'll click create. And it will give us dashboard itself. So, sorry, I went down from my window. Let's go back. Let me go back to my workspace. As you can see, dashboard called Power BI Day 4 is created. Okay, let's leave it like that. Let's go back to reports. Let's go to retail analyze the sample we imported. Let's click it, and let's see some of these reports as data, some of these visualization. Let me give you one situation here. I have these overviews in 4 different tabs on one reports. But what if I want to look on this data and on MyStyle human potential data about misal by numbers actual data that I've created? What can I do in that when I have in that hypothetical situation? I'll just go hover over one visualization, and I'll choose this button. It says pin visual. I click OK, pin it, and it will offer us option. Where would you like to pin to? And I'll choose existing dashboard. and I'll create, and I select the dashboard I created a couple of minutes ago. It's Power BI Day 4. I'll do pin. Awesome. I'll pin a couple of more visualizations. I'll pin this one. I'll pin this map visualization. Pin it. Then I'll go back to my workspace. I'll choose another report I want to go to pin. I'll choose day 4 reports. I did it previously. I'll choose this employee list visualization. I'll choose pin visual again, and I'll pin it to a Power BI Day 4 dashboard. Awesome. Let's go back to my workspace again, to dashboards, and open Power BI Day 4 dashboards. And this is the point of dashboards. Dashboards are well, how can I say it? Dashboards are like unified view of all data that is important to us. Report is limited to one specific data set we created, to one specific use cases. But with dashboards, we have everything under our fingers. We can pin visuals from each and every reports we find necessary for this. And we can rearrange them, we can modify them, minimize them, and so on. We can do a lot of things. We can share them with users. We can grant access to any of you, and so on. There is also one option that's default here. I didn't went much into this QA stuff. Okay, before going to QA, if we click on a visualization in dashboard here, it will lead us to its report. Let's go back. If we click here, it will lead us to report. And the dashboards are really cool because they unify everything, all the data we are having underneath ourselves. These dashboards can be only shared across organization. So you can't publicly publish them to internet or something like that. You can only share them inside your organization that you're currently in. There are numerous options. I won't go much into that. We can add some comments for other team members to share. I'll just go quickly about this Q&A. There's also one cool feature in Power BI. Previously, it was only related to Power BI service, but now you can use it on the desktop as well. You can ask questions about data underneath by using natural language. I'll choose this one. And this is, I'm asking data set, what is the average age per location? And as you can see, since everything is on my dashboard, it correctly assumed went to right data set that's underneath and asked questions without knowing SQL and everything. And you can see that for Atlanta, for Sarajevo, and for Mostar is different age. So the way I see the Mostar team is the youngest here at the company. I'll go back to Q&A, and that you can play with Q&A as much as you want, and that is basically it. You can also set a feature dashboard, view related, some blah blah blah. You can do some dashboard theme. You can do some settings. You can also modify layout for mobile view of the dashboard. So I'll go back to web view, but just so you know that you have that option as well. Okay. There are a lot of options here as well. I won't get much into detail. Those are dashboards. Let me go back to my workspace. And let me go back. Actually, I won't use my workspace. I will use workspace called Power BI Day 4. I created. So, before going deeply into a different topic, I want to show you something that's specific for reports, and that you can share them publicly, not only with your organization. Go to 3 dots and click embed. And you can say publish to web public. Create embed code, publish, and copy this email. Let me open up incognito window here and paste link that was created. As you can see, I published my report to the internet. It's a really cool feature when it's used in some showcase, in some gallery, or even in some articles that are related. So just so you know that you can publish reports this way as well. Limitation. When we publish it this way, it's public. Everybody can access it. Everybody can see live data on this report, and there is no much security. So when we are publish some dashboards within our organization and everything, we have security. When we publish report publicly, we don't have security. Everybody can see our data. Let me go back. I'll close incognito window.
Well, you mean everyone
with the
that
link.
has the link?
Yeah, with the link. And it's permanently there.
And one more question.
Okay.
If I get the link, let's say this week, and I update the data, like the data is refreshed and updated, and I have some new information, do I need to change the link, or I can provide it to someone one time and then he just opens it?
No. Power BI reports are interactive. So what's happening with the data in the background is replicated to each and every report. So you share a link once, and it will be refreshed constantly by our refreshing schedule we want.
Cool, thanks.
And then, okay, let's go back. Let's go back to the workspace I've created. It's Power BI Workshop Day 4. You can, let me say, you can play with, create your workspace. You can do whatever you want with this. Okay. While we are actually, there are a lot of workspace. I'll need to clean this up. I'll go to one of the Power BI workspace I created previously that has one report and it has one data set. And now I'll show you some options that we are having on each and every data set. So we can refresh it right now. We can schedule a refresh. We can see view related. View related are dashboards, contents, and everything that's related to our report. We have a couple of options. We can choose security settings and permissions on data set and so on, but I'll choose settings right now. And it will lead me to dataset settings itself. I need to take over this one. It has a gateway connection. I won't get much into the details right now about gateway. Like I said, I've only mentioned it's something that keeps us everything in check and it helps us refresh. And let me show you how you do schedule refresh here. Limitation is that you can schedule it 8 times a day with Power BI Pro license. But if you have some source like Azure SQL database or SQL Server Analyze Services or a couple of more sources, you can have live data you can query the live data currently now. But with this source we chose, we can only schedule refreshes. And when data is refreshed in this period, it will be applied to all underlying reports thereafter. Also, we can do some endorsement of data self. We can promote this data set to show it's ready to be used by others within our organization. And also there's a couple of another level of that. We can certify the data set, so somebody can revise it and say, okay, this is a good data set, and it's ready to be used within our organizations as well. There's a lot of it. I'm currently not quite satisfied with this navigation to Power BI application. There's and like I said, the best way is to play around to see what is where. I'll go. I need to show. I'm just showcasing you the options there are. There are something that are alerts. And what are alerts? On report, we can add some alert. Let me say, if number of people, of employees on remote work is over some threshold, we can add, just say, okay, we'll add a new alert. We'll say it, okay, new alert. Alert. And if condition is above, I don't know, if more than 30 employees are currently on a vacation or on a remote work or something like that, please send me notification, send me an email. And that's really cool for tracking some KPIs or for some other data that we are currently using. But just so you know, you can also add alert on each and every visualization you are currently using on some workspace. Okay, let me rehearse that. We have a data sets that are created to Power BI dashboard that data is modeled. I won't get into Workspace right now. We have a reports that are created on those and that specific data, and we have a dashboard that are showing us unique way of entire data within our organizations. We have a scheduled refresh for data sets, and we of course have a alerts that are able to notify us when something is wrong with the information in the background. In example, if employee threshold for remote work is over the limit that specific day. Okay, let me give you a different example. I'm discussing everything about sharing within an organization, about using one source of truth, one set of data, and everything. And let me give you an example. What if I want to share my entire content that I worked on this workspace with the entire organization, with every reports, dashboards, and data sets? I can go, of course, I'll show you one. I can go to dashboard. I can say, okay, share it with somebody within your organizations and everything, blah, blah, blah. But the correct way of doing that, actually, there are two ways. There are content packs and applications. Content pack, like I said, it's a set of reports, data sets, and everything that's shared with your organization. But we have an applications as well. Application in that manner is similar to content pack, but it provides us better maintainability, and we are able to have better control over that. Like I said, what's important here, if you want to create an application from my workspace, we need to do following. We just need to go to workspace, let's say for example Power BI, and say, okay, publish app. We'll call it Power BI. We'll add some description. We can modify, create navigations, and so on. And we can add permissions. And I will grant permission to entire organization. So everyone with Mistral email user can access that application. And I'll just say, okay, publish app. I'll grant all options right now. And I'll go publish application. Okay, publish, it might go for 5 to 10 minutes, but it's not that big. I'll go to app. And this is my application, what I published and everything. So let's go back to apps. Let's go to Power BI. And click it right now. Okay. I can edit it. I can make it featured, and so on. Let me go back to applications. Hover over Power BI application. Edit app. And I can edit underlying reports, data sets, what's related to Power BI. So that is the correct way of working Power BI. Creating content packs that are creating data set that will be published through specific workspace using Power BI Desktop. After that, reports should be created by Power BI Desktop, but with getting that published data set below. And if we want to share within our organization, we need to create an app. We can also, I've showed you, we can share data sets, we can share reports with a couple of emails, with specific, but this is the way that should be targeted. That the reason why is that because it helps us to streamline communication and everything, like I said, maintainable and accessible to everyone. Okay. Okay, there are a lot of things left to show you. I mean, 1 hour is really there's not much time in 1 hour to show you everything. The best thing, like I said a million times, go online, play with it, explore options. You can't miss anything, and so on. And I want to show you something else as well. If you are Power BI admin, and if you want to modify the data and something else, workspace settings, entire this application, Power BI service as well, just go to settings and go to admin portal, where you can see everything, overview of what's happening below. But here's the interesting thing. Even if you're admin, you can't see private workspaces. You can't see private reports. So that way, security is always in check. You can add some organization visuals, blah blah blah, and bunch of other settings right here. And let me please, sorry, I'm kind of I know I'm repeating this as well, but this is the way we chose on our data portal, a way of work we chose on the data portal. We'll have some data set that's been used by multiple workspaces, and each workspace will have its specific report. That way, when we that way we can maintain only one specific data set. We don't have any maintenance issues as well. I want to show you one more thing. This is Power BI service. There are a lot of more options, but I want to show you one more thing as well. Power BI service, everything can be done using the API. We can embed our reports between the application. We can control it using, we can publish new reports, we can share data, share reports, and everything we want. And there is an API behind it. So I will send this script, actually this link, to Power BI channel and Teams. You can go with it, and if you want to use Power BI in applications and everything, you can start with Power BI embedded playground that can fully utilize how everything is made. As you can see, there's a code behind and everything, and there are many other options. So this developer API, we can play with it, we can do whatever we want. So that's it, what I had in mind for today. There's a lot of things that needs to be covered as well. But like we said in the description, this is only a basic course. We covered maybe about 20% of functionalities currently in Power BI ecosystem, and I really hope that you learned something new about this, because regarding data visualization, this is by far the most intuitive and simplest visualization tool out there is, and actually, to be honest, one of the cheapest when you are the company that's having some partnership with Microsoft. So thank you all for attending. Are there any questions for this specific course? R4. No? Okay. Well, that's it. Thank you again for attending, and I really hope that we will, I don't know, at least play with this. I will leave all materials and Azure SQL database open until April 30th. And with Power BI trial account that you created, you can play with Power BI service and report creation as much as you want. I'll also, today I will leave course outline, the most important topics I want you to focus on, and the materials that we used for this specific course. Well, that's it. Thank you again.
Thank you, Muaz.
No, anytime.